welcome back to Friday Reads, where we will help you find your next read. I'm Jill.
And I'm Julie. This week we are keeping with the holiday spirit, and this week we are looking at nonfiction books about the holidays.
You can put any of these books and more on hold at infosoup.org and use our curbside service to pick them up when they come in.
Okay, so for my first picks, I grabbed some from the children's collection. So I have the American Girl Holiday Baking. This has about 40 recipes for all types of festive sweets, cookies and bars, pies and tarts, cakes and cupcakes. Plus, this book has beautiful photographs and step-by-step instructions that will help you create your own holiday traditions. So I thought the photographs in here are very pretty. That's the peppermint chocolate cookies. I thought these stained glass snowflake cookies were really pretty. So, and the best part of holiday baking is always sharing. So maybe you could surprise a family member, a friend, a teacher, your coworker, someone else who is special to you with some homemade goodies. This book will definitely help you do that. It does contain best baking tips, handy baking tools to have on hand, and special ways to decorate your holiday treats. And the second book that I picked from our kids collection was for crafting. So if crafting is more of your thing instead of baking, I have the Usborne Big Book of Christmas Things to Make and Do. So this does have some recipes in this book also, but it's got craft ideas for advent calendars, Christmas cards, snowflake fairies, bouncing snowmen, different fun things that you could do with the kids. And hopefully this book will inspire you to create some new holiday decorations for your house. Follow the step-by-step instructions, and you'll be amazed at what you can create.
Cool. Stuff you can do with the kids.
Yep.
So my first pick is Christmas Joys by Country Living. This book is out by the same people who do the Country Living magazine, if you're familiar with it. And it's chock full of decorating ideas and holiday recipes. From holiday house tours and ways to decorate the halls and handmade gifts and festive feasts, this beautiful book will help you celebrate Christmas in country living style. Create stunning wreaths, turn salt shakers into sparkling snow globes, craft advent calendars from tiny envelopes, bake gourmet-style worthy cookies, and more for a truly happy holiday. Decorating includes trees, garland, and mantles, which I always struggle with my mantle.
Me too.
There are directions for making homemade decor and gifts, and of course recipes for cocktails to entrees. I had a couple of examples I wanted to show. I really like this one with the garland on the stairs, and then they wrapped the books as Christmas presents, which would take a million years, but it looks so cute. And then the salt shaker snow globes.
Those
are
are
kind
cute.
of cute.
Very cute.
Yeah.
Cute ideas. And my second pick is, if you like the gingerbread idea, I've got the Gingerbread book by Alan Bragdon. You can create and decorate your own gingerbread structures using the plans, patterns, and ideas for cookie construction in this book. It's not only for Christmas, there's projects for Easter, Halloween, Thanksgiving in here also. So there's lots of projects to entertain for each of the holidays. It's perfect for the novice gingerbread builder and the expert looking for inspiration. It has more than 20 recipes, 4 different types of gingerbread and icing, so you can create beautiful and delicious creations. There's also tips in this book on how to properly ice the gingerbread cookies, suggestions for the best candy to use as your decorations if you're making a gingerbread house or village. And it does come with life-size patterns in the book also, so it's got nice things like that included with it. There's beautiful pictures in here for examples of different little things. This is actually the 3 Little Pigs. They also do stories like that. So again, in this one, for the novices, there's a basic skills section to help beginners get starting decorating in no time. And then maybe you can become a pro and pass those skills on generation to generation and have gingerbread architects in your family. So kind of a fun book full of cute ideas.
That would make a good gift.
Mm-hmm.
My next one is the Glitterville's Handmade Christmas, a glittered guide to whimsical crafting. This is actually a follow-up book to a very popular glittery little, they had a handmade Halloween craft book that was very popular, so they followed up with a Christmas version. And it shows step-by-step instructions on 20 different holiday crafts that you handmade. And the photos in it are really great. Like, you know, they show you this little candy holder, and they have like really clear instructions for every little thing you do, like even how you're gonna like make the wire that holds it, you know, they got like 2 different pictures here of like how you're gonna twist that wire.
I like that though.
I
I am a novice crafter, so I like it
so
as
this is
detailed
good.
as possible.
If you need a lot of instruction, this is the good one for you.
And my next pick is The Family Treasury of Jewish Holidays by Malka Drucker. This is a children's nonfiction book, but it's really one to share with the whole family. The old-fashioned flavor of this oversized book invites browsing as well as close reading of its pages. It opens with a discussion of Rosh Hashanah, then continues through the Jewish calendar, focusing on 9 holidays and festivals from Hanukkah and Passover to the trees' birthdays and Holocaust Remembrance Day. The author has assembled a lot of supplemental material in this book. There's poems, folk tales, as well as recipes, songs, and holiday-related crafts. This book was described as a treasury for all ages. So if you and your family are interested in learning more about the Jewish holidays, check this book out. And I thought this book had really pretty watercolor illustrations in it. So.
Nice. But it's got the dreidel in there.
Yeah.
I thought the dreidel was interesting.
Yeah.
So this is a little different. I wanted something Wisconsin specific, and I found this. It is the historic Christmas tree ship, a true story of faith, hope, and love. I had no idea, but this is a true story about a ship that was on the Great Lakes. And let's see. Captain Herman Schumann became affectionately known as Captain Santa for his yearly voyages from Michigan's Upper Peninsula to Chicago with a load of freshly cut Christmas trees during the late 1800s and early 1900s. Families would wait anxiously at the docks for their choice of the trees. Captain Schumann's voyage of 1912 was to be his last. Fully loaded and ready to sail, the Christmas tree ship set out for its final destination on the southern end of Lake Michigan. Despite the crew's best effort, the ship was unable to withstand the gales of the Great Lakes and went down off the coast of 2 rivers, which isn't far from here. Today, the Christmas tree ship is remembered as one of the most storied shipwrecks on the Great Lakes, and legend has its place in history for nearly a century already. This book includes vintage photographs, newspaper clippings, and interviews with persons connected with the story, and details extraordinary events around this legend. So I didn't even know about this legend, but I think that's pretty cool, like a ship of Christmas trees, you know, with Captain Santa unfortunately going down. So.
I've heard of it, but I would be curious to look more into that story. Very cool. And my fourth picks kind of mimic my first picks, but for the adult end. So I have a cooking and a crafting book, both. So my cookbook for adults is by Addie Gundry. You may recognize this author. She won Cutthroat Kitchen back in 2015, and in 2017 she was a finalist for Food Network Star. So her festive holiday recipes contains 105 must-make dishes from Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's that everyone will love. I like that this book was heavy on recipes for appetizers. We can make a meal a lot of appetizers.
Me
so
too.
she had some delicious sounding appetizer recipes in here. She even has a few drink recipes. There was one called Slow Cooker Peppermint Hot Chocolate, which sounded good if you took a walk outdoors and had that going while you were out walking. Or she's got salted caramel eggnog, which would be sure to add a pound or 2 to your waistline, but that sounded good too. The book also contains recipes for brunch, main courses, sides, and desserts. And she also ventures into some of the other holidays. She's got Hanukkah, potato latkes, and bread for the Sabbath. So if you're looking for some easy, delightful holiday recipes, you may enjoy this. And then I also grabbed an adult crafting book, Homemade Holiday, which has 40 festive projects from decorations and gifts to creative gift wrapping ideas, some last-minute gift projects if you're a do-it-yourselfer. So it's got bottle candles, bath salts, lavender pouches, some of those things if somebody wants to make some DIY gifts. They're designed to be simple to achieve, but still impressive. Most are not too time-consuming, and a lot of them, as I kind of paged through it, were things that I had at home. So if you're looking for a way to channel your creative spirit, you may enjoy an idea or two from this book.
Neat. So a little bit different track. I have Timothy Keller's Hidden Christmas here. This is Timothy Keller is a pastor, the New York Times bestselling author, and he comes with a perfect gift for the holidays, a profoundly moving and intellectually provocative examination of the Nativity story. Even people who are not professing Christians think they are familiar with the story of the Nativity. Every Christmas, displays of Jesus resting in a manger populate lawns and churchyards, and songs about shepherds and angels fill the air. Yet despite the abundance of these Christian references in popular culture, how many of us examine the hard edges of the biblical story? In this book, Timothy Keller tells readers and it takes an illuminating journey into the surprising background of the Nativity. By understanding the message of hope and salvation within the Bible's account of Jesus' birth, readers will experience the redeeming power of God's grace in a meaningful and deeper way. So if you're interested in maybe learning a little bit more about the Nativity story according to this guy, this would be interesting.
That's a good pick. Then I also have The Garden in Winter, Plant for Beauty and Interest in the Quiet Season by Susie Bales. Most of us think of winter as the time when our garden sleeps and our attention turns to our indoor activities, especially this year. But Better Homes and Gardens contributing editor Susie Bales lures us to our windows, garden paths, and outdoor areas to witness the beauty and vitality of the winter garden. The possibilities for creating interest in your winter landscape are considerable. Through Susie's eyes, you'll discover the intriguing patterns of tree bark, sculptural shapes created by trees, arching vines. You'll also discover the outline of outdoor structures, containers, and ornaments, and the unexpected but welcome dashes of color added by conifers, berries, early bulbs, and yet even some flowers. She shares her secrets for creating one-of-a-kind holiday wreaths, unique centerpieces and mantle arrangements, and striking outdoor features with greens, interesting branches, berries, cones, and seed pods from the winter garden. Sometimes whimsical, always useful, her suggestions and ideas bring the outdoors in to brighten up the darkest time of year. You'll also find descriptions of places and people who celebrate winter in unusual ways in this book, such as Les Blake, the creator of the fire and ice sculptures in Alaska, or the village of Cooperstown, New York, that decorates for the holidays with a flourish. So plan for the quiet season by following the suggestions of garden enthusiast Susie Bales, and your garden will continue to delight you through the year. So this one has some pretty pictures too. She's got some of the snow on the rose, and just has some cute ideas on different things to try for the garden. And
I purposely don't cut my garden down.
yeah, we left a lot of our perennials up just for the animals to have
so they have
something
habitat
and
or
stuff.
food or whatever they need.
And then she does also the indoor things with the boughs and stuff. She's got pictures on how to decorate. So very cute book.
Neat. So my next one isn't really Christmas, but it's kind of Christmassy. It's a new book, The Mystery of Charles Dickens. This is a lively and insightful biographical celebration of the imaginative genius of Charles Dickens, published in commemoration of the 150th anniversary of his death. So I didn't know. Charles Dickens was a superb public performer, a great orator, and one of the most famous of the eminent Victorians. Slight of build with a frenzied, hyper-energetic personality, Dickens looked much older than his 58 years when he died, an occasion marked by a crowded funeral at Westminster Abbey. Despite his waking wishes for a crowded funeral, or for a small affair. So it was busy, he didn't want that, but he got it anyways. Experienced the worst and best of life during the Victorian age, Dickens was not merely the conduit for whom some of his beloved characters in literature came to the world, he was one of them. Filled with twists, pathos, and unusual characters that sprang from this novelist's extraordinary imagination, The Mystery of Charles Dickens looks back from the legendary writer's death to recall the key events of his life. In doing so, he seeks to understand Dickens' creative genius and enduring popularity. So, if you want to learn about the guy behind the Christmas story, that's the most famous one, then you might want to read this one.
So Jill and I also found some just other books that we saw when we were looking for some nonfiction books. So the InfoSoup catalog also has some things on Kwanzaa. So if you're interested in learning about the 7 principles at the heart of Kwanzaa, there's recipes, songs. There's even a Kwanzaa rap in this one, I guess. So this would be a fun one if you want to learn more about that. I also saw that we had Christmas at the movies. If you like some of the older movies and even some of the current ones, we got Elf on the back. Turner Classic Movies put out this book. You can get this book in the InfoSoup catalog. And I brought this for Jill. If you're into vegan cooking, there's also Super Fun Times Vegan Holiday Cookbook, which is loaded full of recipes.
I'm going to be bringing that one home. A couple extras I found is cat-tested crafts in case you have a cat that you're making a present for or a cat lover. It has like crafts for cats and about cats. I thought that was fun. I thought 175 fresh card ideas. Like if you decide to make your own Christmas cards, and you better hurry up and do it. you could
No
get some
pressure.
ideas. And then I'm like, the holidays is dealing with things, so there's some self-help that might help you, like To Hell with the Hustle, which is like tells you how to calm down and be, happy with what you have. And another one, if you're feeling kind of lonely, which a lot of us might be right now, is Uninvited, and how not to feel like people don't like you. So this was rated very well on Goodreads as Uninvited if you are feeling sad.
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We hope we sparked some ideas and cheer for you this holiday season.
We'll see you next week. Bye.